Listen, I was a doubter. I am now a believer, Mr. Gray. Great performance tonight.
We have to be. Brilliant, polished performance from start to finish. Yeah, you're going to have a couple of little blips along the way, and I think we had a couple of those. But overall, I don't think I've ever been that relaxed watching an England football match. Ever. I have to say, ever. I think we've got to start getting behind Gareth Southgate. What he's achieved so far, Adam. I mean, 2 semi-finals, back-to-back in major tournaments. Absolutely brilliant. He's changed tactics. He's gone to a 4. Other games we played 5 at the back. He's got the midfield right. We questioned Trippier in the first game playing at left back. So many things have happened, but everything has fell into place perfectly.
Listen, right? Sometimes you got to hold your hands up, haven't you? Sometimes you got to hold your hands up and you got to say to yourself, I got it wrong. Absolutely got it wrong. And I'm speaking for myself, of course. And I think I'm going to do this apology on behalf of at least 95% of England fans. 95%. And that's not an exaggeration. You're listening to me now and you think to yourself, oh, yeah, I would have always done what Gareth Southgate's doing right at this moment in time. No, that's rubbish. Absolute nonsense. In the build-up to this tournament, when we were all picking our sides, we were picking our formations, we were picking how we were going to go and play in that first game against Croatia, be honest with yourself right now. When that first team sheet came out, you were apoplectic. You were going crazy. The Twitter managers amongst us were losing our minds. Trippier's playing left back. What's Southgate doing? He's going to be wasting the greatest set of talent that this English nation has had since the golden generation and even before that in 1966. Listen, I was amongst you. I was one of those people. And amongst all those people, if we were picking that side pre-Croatia, how many of us, honestly, be really honest with yourself now, how many of us, honestly, were putting Raheem Sterling, given the form that he was in, how many of us were putting him in the starting 11, given the talent that we've got of Grealish and Foden and Saka and Sancho and all those guys, how many were going with Raheem Sterling? He has been the most influential attacking player that we have got in this tournament so far. He has been absolutely superb. How many of us, be honest with you, again, given the side that we've got and the players that we've got, how many of us were picking 2 central defensive midfielders? How many? None. Let's be straight. You were all going with one pivot and you wanted to maybe put Bellingham in there, you wanted to put Mount in there, you wanted to put other attacking players in there, you wanted to get the most attacking players on the pitch at any one particular time. I was with you. I was one of those guys. That's what I was saying too. At 75 minutes in the Germany game, how many of us were saying, Harry Kane needs a rest? He's been so passive. He's done absolutely nothing in this tournament. Get him off. I can't believe Dominic Calvert-Lewin's not on the bench. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, it's a totally different story. Looks like a brand new striker, doesn't he? He was absolutely outstanding tonight. It's amazing what a goal can do. We hark back to 1996 when this happened to Alan Shearer. Look what he went on there. We've always said about this side coming into this tournament, brilliant attacking. Going forward, we're going to look absolutely amazing. We can't defend, though. Can't defend. People are going to score in this for fun. We're going to have to just outscore people. We ain't conceded a goal, mate. We're in the semi-finals of the Euros, and we ain't conceded a goal because of Gareth Southgate's tactics. Listen, we've all got to apologise to the fella. We all got him wrong. All of us. Don't lie to me now. You got this wrong. I most certainly got this wrong. Gareth Southgate, thank you very much for not listening to the pundits, not listening to the fans, not listening to the managers, the ex-players, all those people that said, you've got to do it this way, Gareth. Nah, mate. It is better to walk alone than to walk in a crowd that is going in the wrong direction. Southgate, you might just be the one, my man. You might just be the guy that is bringing this home, and I thank you for it. On behalf of the nation, come on, 2 more games. Mickey with her, mate. 2 more games. Let's go, baby.
We're back home.
Woof.
No doubt about that. Another thing I think people might have questioned as well, didn't he just sign a new contract, Gareth Southgate, last week?
Mate, he can stay for 10 years. I'm not interested. He can stay for as long as he wants.
Look, I mean, you talk about grabbing a nation. Well, they did it in the World Cup, but I think with no expectations because he took over very close to that tournament. But going into this one, you looked at certain nations, Belgium obviously being one of them, France, were everybody's favourites, maybe a couple of others. But the way that it's opened up, we had that tough game against Germany, which we came through with ease. Yes, there was a couple of scares in that game, but tonight's performance, I think we've all got to sit back and just enjoy what we're seeing at the moment. It was a polished performance, and just to top it off, the main man comes up with a couple of goals again.
The thing I liked about this, when we scored early, obviously that's a really good positive thing for the way that this England side plays. And I was thinking to myself, please don't just sit back, go side to side now and welcome on a little bit of pressure. And they did. At the back end of that first half, there was a bit of pressure coming on. I didn't feel uneasy, but there was a bit of pressure coming our way, wasn't there? The way that they came out for the second half, though, mate, he's obviously gone into him and he said, listen, lads, you can kill this game. You're miles better than this lot. Go out there, go and kill the game, get it sorted, get it done and dusted, go and send a bit of a statement. And look, these lads will be flying now. Flying into this game against Denmark. Don't get me wrong. I like Denmark. Good side, very well organised, got some good players. They're good. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot tougher than it was tonight. There's no doubt about that. But the confidence that they're going to take from a performance like that, because that's the key thing. We've been getting the results. We've all got the results. Let's be straight. The Germany game for 75 minutes was awful. Terrible. Boring. But we got the result and we all came away from that on a high. Tonight, we put the performance in. There's individuals there that you're thinking, blooming heck, mate, you're on fire. Just keep giving the ball to these people. The excitement levels are through the roof right now, as you can tell with the way that I'm speaking.
If you were a manager, put yourself in Gareth Southgate's brain, you're thinking to yourself, wouldn't it be great if we got an early goal? Wouldn't it be great if we had something to hang on to and actually come out in the second half and get another early goal?
Yeah.
Everything was just perfect about it tonight. Because what that meant was Ukraine had to come out, they had to obviously leave gaps, they had to take chances themselves, and we were able to punish it. We've all talked about the forward players that we've got. Whoever's picking up the ball, Raheem Sterling's the one that you want to talk about. He's got to be a candidate for player of the tournament.
Yeah. And he wasn't even in my starting 11, mate. And as I said, 95% of people I was speaking to, Raheem Sterling doesn't get in my starting 11. He's out of form at the moment. I'd be going with this guy, Sterling has been outstanding. In the Germany game, it was him that was the catalyst that obviously ran at the defence, opened it up, and away we go. We get that first goal, and obviously he puts it in the back of the net. But that opened the game up. Tonight, he just carried on. First minute, fourth minute, he's having a run at that fella. The pass. If Kevin De Bruyne plays that pass, if Messi plays that pass, Ronaldo plays that pass, we're going wild. How's he seen that? How's he seen that pass? Unbelievable from Raheem Sterling. That is elite level stuff, what he did tonight, mate, to open that game up.
It's fantastic because when he started to run towards the edge of the 18-yard box, he was getting closed down. He had one pass on. Yeah. And what you need is a centre forward who's got the nous and the know-how.
Who knows it's coming.
To make that run. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, is he offside? You're always waiting, you're panicking a little bit, aren't you? But he just made the perfect run, Harry Kane. And that little toe punt, yes, it took a little bit of a flick off the goalkeeper, but he's never missing it. He was never missing it after his first goal in the tournament against Germany. When he went through, you're thinking, right, 1-0. What a start to the game. And what that does, Adam, and a lot of players, a lot of supporters, maybe managers as well have spoke about this. Because we were playing in Italy, the temperature was a little bit different. I heard Gareth in the build-up to the game was saying we're going to have to play it easier at times. We can't go gung-ho for 100 minutes, whatever it might be. They just did it perfectly. When they needed a breather... And you say, you can't pressurise and win a whole game of football. There's times in games where you're going to find yourself on the back foot, which they did certain occasions in the first 45 minutes. But when the time came for them to spring into action and make something happen, there was gaps because they were obviously chasing that equalising goal, which was never looked like it was going to come. And we just punished him. He got tactics absolutely spot on tonight. And you mentioned it there before. I think there's about time that we all sat back and said, look, hold your hands up. Whatever team we go up against in Denmark, whatever team he picks, go with it. Because he's got everything spot on so far.
Sports Bar with Andy Goldstein and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday night from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.